Welcome back to BioNews Network, where we'll actually take a look at the weather actually in the Caribbean, in the area of the Gulf of Mexico, as well as continental United States. Now that we're firmly into the middle of the hurricane season, we're actually seeing a storm that is actually brewing in the region of the Gulf of Mexico. It was anchored in the area of the Bay of Campeche only about 24 hours ago, and it's going to start impacting the weather system within the continental United States within a very short period of time. We anticipate, and this is very hard to believe, that additional 10 inches to 12 inches of rainfall is possible for landfall if it impacts the area of Louisiana or even the Florida Panhandle or even the east coast of Texas. All of the spaghetti models at this time are showing that it most likely will impact a region close to along the Louisiana coastline, and sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are firmly in the region of 83 to 84 degrees at this time, based on our forecasting models. So we anticipate that it's going to be a significant amount of moisture that's going to be pulled into the Gulf Coast states, combined with other systems in the continental United States. We do have a cold front actually moving its way towards east side of eastern South Dakota, combined with a high pressure system that was anchored near the Four Corners, but it's actually moving further into the plain states. So we anticipate severe thunderstorm activity in the region of Missouri, and going into Friday, states such as Indiana, Iowa, as well as Illinois should anticipate intensified and severe weather going into Friday evening, with severe thunderstorms coupled with large size hail, as well as damaging gusting winds. So we are taking a look at a lot of different weather systems that are impacting the continental United States at this time. But for the Thursday, going into Thursday night, we do anticipate that there will be severe weather for the residents of Minnesota as well as Iowa, and we are monitoring what could become Tropical Storm Claudette that is actually in the Gulf of Mexico moving forward. And we do see some outer squall lines, and we'll show that to you coming up. Outer squall lines are actually starting to impact the southwestern coastline of Florida, believe it or not. So this system is making its way northward. Residents in the region of the Gulf Coast, Gulf of Mexico states, Louisiana, eastern Texas, even possibly Alabama, should prepare for severe weather within the next 24 to 48 hours. Heavy rainfall is forecasted. So let's get into this weather forecast. So here we go. We will cover all of the details, and you should also prepare to see some very amazing temperature anomalies in the southwest. We're unfortunate to report very dry conditions in the southwest. Temperature anomalies anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees higher than normal, and we will actually show that to you in this forecast. So here we go with the latest Bow to the Weather forecast. Thank you. Welcome back to BioNews Network. We are tracking that disturbance that's actually lifting its way. It appears up through the Gulf of Mexico into the region of the Gulf Coast states, and if the residents there thought that were saturated by severe rainfall over the last few weeks, then they need to prepare for at least possibly up to an additional foot of rainfall within the next few hours. We anticipate this system actually starting to impact the region of the southeast states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, possibly in the next 24 to 48 hours. We're already seeing pretty impressive squall lines from our radar, GOES 16 satellite imagery, and it's pretty impressive to see the structure of this system as it makes its way through the region. And just imagine all of the moisture and all of the convective available potential energy of this system impacting already highly saturated soil in the region of Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama. So we are going to be tracking this system as it makes landfall. We potentially believe that it will be eventually called Tropical Storm Claudette, but that remains to be seen. Um, but we'll have to continue to monitor the disturbance. We do see telltale signs of organization in the structure of this system as it prepares as it heads northward, and all of the spaghetti models are showing that it's heading towards the region of Louisiana, or possibly even as far eastern as the Florida Panhandle. But we're going to continue to monitor the system as we go forward. We're firmly into the hurricane season at this time, so the sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are sufficiently warm to power a system like this, providing a fuel for it to be provide very, very damaging and heavy rainfall with in the region of Louisiana and New Orleans, even the Florida coast, Florida Panhandle. So keep in mind too, with any kind of significant rainfall in the region, we are looking at flash flood advisories that almost seems imminent at this time. So if we return back to our precipitation model, we do see that there is a low pressure system at the four corners, which is the border of New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and Arizona. It's going to be impacting the weather in the plain states, so we anticipate severe thunderstorm activity, severe weather, severe thunderstorms with large size hail in the region of Minnesota as well as Iowa going into the remainder of Thursday evening here on June 17th into the night. But of course, all eyes are on the Gulf of Mexico as that disturbance makes its way into the region of the continental United States. All of the models, as we mentioned, potentially put it at making impact around the Louisiana area. As far as the Storm Prediction Center is concerned, we are taking a closer look at severe weather in the region of Minnesota as well as Iowa, Illinois area. We see that marginal zone of risk in the region of Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Rochester, Minnesota, and Sioux City, Iowa. And we do see the area for on the southeast coast of Texas, always also anticipating more severe thunderstorm activity, as well as most of Florida is sectioned off for scattered thunderstorms going into Thursday and Friday. For Friday, we do see enhanced risk for severe weather in the region of Indiana, Illinois, as well as Ohio region. So we're going to continue to monitor that, and keep in mind by Friday evening we should pretty much have a good idea where that tropical disturbance is going to impact the most along the southeastern border of the continental United States. We anticipate, based on all of the spaghetti models, that it's going to impact the region of Louisiana. So that is definitely on the radar as far as what to anticipate going forward. For if we take another look at this system, we see the scope and we actually see the size of this system as it's making its way through the area, and it's pretty sizable. Even the squall lines are even starting to impact Key West region. We do see shower activity, Key West region, southwest Florida, in the region of Naples, Fort Myers. So we anticipate that this is going to bring a lot of heavy rainfall to the region going into Friday and the weekend. And that is definitely going to be something that we're going to be looking at as far as the weekend is concerned. Of course, we are in the middle of a severe drought, and we can see from the from some of these extreme temperatures, they're just actually getting worse and worse. We actually see from Arizona area, Phoenix 115, in the region of Yuma, Arizona 117. in the region of Las Vegas, Nevada, 113. We're to see some really extreme temperatures in the southwest, and of course, we have been monitoring the levels of the Lake Mead Reservoir as well as Lake Powell Reservoir, which serve over 22 million residents in the southwest, and it is actually in a zone of environmental crisis because the levels of those reservoirs respectively are approximately 29 are in the range of 30% to 33% capacity, and we don't see any kind of precipitation in any of the models for this region. So if by a stroke of luck that disturbance that's actually making its way northward into Louisiana may veer a little bit to the left and maybe bring some kind of relief to even the residents of central Texas who are also in the hot zone of 93 degrees, 92 degrees, even the region we saw on our radar scope, even residents of Kansas and Nebraska are reporting excessive heat, local spotter reports. And as you can see from our temperature forecast here, we do see temperatures in the range of 100 and 102 in the region of Nebraska as well as Kansas and also eastern Colorado. So the temperatures are very, very extreme. Northern California, central area, 111. Even along the coastline, we're seeing in the 90s. And of course, in the region of Florida, very, very high humidity. They are actually getting more of a cooling effect from the storm activity that's anticipated in the region, and also we see in the region along the plain states such as Missouri going into Wisconsin region, also Arkansas, we see temperatures are firmly in the mid 80s to 90s. So we are actually monitoring the situation with the heat, of course, because it is a very, very serious situation that we are contending with, and we are just basically starting. The summer season will be starting shortly, and we are already at extreme temperatures of 115 and 117 in the Arizona area. So it is a very, very severe situation at this time. If we take a look at some of the temperature anomalies we mentioned earlier in the introduction, we can get a feeling for what the residents of some of these states are experiencing. These are actually anomalies representing the increase that is out of the norm, or not, which are unusual for this area. 16 degrees above normal for Phoenix. For Las Vegas, our forecasting model is showing 23 degrees above normal. Along the border of Arizona and Utah, 20 degrees above normal. Even in Central California, which is wrestling with wildfire advisories, we're seeing Central California 20 degrees above normal, 24 degrees above normal. Whereas if we turn our attention to the East Coast, we do see that temperatures are 1 or 2 degrees below normal, but that's still very, very warm. So we do see that from the anomalies here that this is a significant amount of heating that the continental United States is experiencing pretty much all across the board, even as far north and west as Seattle and Portland, Oregon. Temperatures are 10 to 15 degrees above normal, and we're just basically getting started with the heating zone of the summer, with summer starting relatively shortly. So we are definitely in a very, very serious situation with this extreme weather going forward. One thing to take from more of a technical point of view, we can actually see from our what's called a dew point and cape energy profile. For those who appreciate more in-depth content, we actually overlapped our dew point with our cape energy profile, and we can see that in the region of the Central Plains that there's significant significant dew points in the region of the mid 70s to upper 70s. So once that system actually makes its way into the southeast from the Gulf of Mexico, it is going to tap into a severe amount of low-level moisture, and coupled with the intensity of that disturbance making its way over such a warm body of water of the Gulf of Mexico, which is sea surface temperatures we're seeing around 83 to 84 degrees. We anticipate a lot of rainfall is going to be dumped in that region of Louisiana, eastern Texas, southern Mississippi, Alabama, even the Florida Panhandle, as this system makes landfall. So regardless of whether it actually becomes Tropical Storm Claudette with ferocious intensity or not, it is going to increase a significant amount of rainfall to this region. And keep in mind, if you recall some of our previous forecasts, significant flash flood advisories were issued along in the region of Louisiana, Lake Charles, in the region of western Mississippi, the significant flooding all along the southeastern coastline into Louisiana. So we are very, very concerned about the situation going forward, not only for our friends in the southwest who are wrestling with severe dryness and also escalating temperatures, but we anticipate that we're going to be significant precipitation in the region of Louisiana and also eastern Texas very shortly, as this tropical disturbance makes its way towards the continental United States. It's anticipated to track directly northward based on all the spaghetti models from the National Weather Service. So we're very, very focused on seeing exactly what's going to be happening with this system going forward. So as always, please make sure that you stay tuned to Bow to the Weather and Bow News Network as we continue to track this system as it makes its way, tropical disturbance makes its way northward into the Gulf of Mexico. We anticipate additional organization as it interacts with the very warm sea surface temperatures of the Gulf of Mexico and starts to impact states such as northern Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, as well as eastern Texas. And we're just really getting started with the hurricane season, and this system we anticipate will bring a lot of precipitation to the region. So as always, please remember to hit that notification bell for future notifications. Smash that like button so that we can get this report to as many people as possible here on YouTube. And as always, remember to bow to the weather. And thank you for watching Bow News Network. We appreciate all of our subscribers tuning into this report. And as always, we will continue to track severe weather across the continental United States and bring you the latest information, and we'll break it down with all the technical forecasting so you remain ahead, receive all the information ahead of the storm so that you can make all of the best decisions to protect yourself, property, as well as family and everything that you need to do ahead of the storm. So as always, thank you for watching Bow News Network. We appreciate you all, and always remember to bow to the weather. Thank you.